It's the Memphis Sports Network, WMC Memphis, WMFS HD2 Bartlett Memphis, WMFS FM and HD1 Bartlett, WMFS Memphis, ESPN 790 AM and 92.9 FM ESPN.
Watch the sunrise, new day's dawning, and it's calling you and me, where the mighty Mississippi flows by Memphis, Tennessee. We've got woodlands, fields, and water. Hey, there is no better way. You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Make some time. Take the family, ask a friend, but don't delay. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Good Saturday morning and welcome to another edition of the award-winning Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services. Now, here's your host, Larry Ray.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on this August the 19th. It's just flying by. This is the third Saturday, which means Frank Barton is here. Some people may not know it, but he was here earlier, and he's still here right now. Good morning, Frank.
Good morning, Larry. Good morning, everybody.
And I'm sure, Frank, you're familiar with Frog Togs, right?
Very familiar with Frog Togs.
Very familiar with Frog Togs. And I know that you're also familiar with Stacie Walker. She has been on the show.
She's been on the show before, and kind of really interesting concept what she's done.
Amazing concept what she's done. And then, of course, Ron Wong is just going to breathe through this segment. You know, he's lost his voice after talking to the champion of the FLW Forest Wood Cup.
Listen, I always like to listen about Prime One, Frog Togs.
Yes.
And
well, you know, we're Stacie Walker's a regular on here right now. We may have to put her on the staff, you know, because the young lady is just this thing is just I can still remember the Jaguar. Is that what we started with, Stacie, or something?
We did.
Yeah,
we did.
How long ago was that? Did Prime One? Did you start?
I actually launched it public at ATA 2 years ago, so we're still babies. 2
years ago, folks, and of course, her and her husband, Lance, and the boys, Court and Cole, it seem like they're regulars. You see them everywhere. But a new partnership, Stacie. You have just formed another partnership. I know you're down in Texas this week interviewing with some little companies down there too. But how about some other partnerships that we might be able to announce and get Stacie back on every other week with her own segment here, you know, on Outdoors with Larry Ray. So we'll try to work that out. But you've just formed a new partnership. Give our listeners who the latest part of the Prime One Camo team is.
Well, you know, I was super, super excited about this one and had been kind of working with, talking to him for a while, and, you know, to get Frog Togs partnered up with Prime One was an awesome thing. You know, I've worn Frog Togs since they hit the shelves and just love them, and it wasn't even a question on who I was going to go after for rainwear and foul weather gear. You know, it was going to be Frog Togs, and so I was tickled to death that they jumped on board with us.
Well, we've got Will Fowler on with us this morning, a good friend, Director of Marketing for Frog Togs, out of Alabama, which is a good southern company here. And, Will, first of all, good morning to you. And then second, talk a little bit about this partnership between Frog Togs and Prime One Camo.
Well, good morning, Larry, and all you listeners from Alabama. We appreciate being on the show with you today. We appreciate Stacie and all she's done for us, but we had been looking for a couple of years for a solid lifestyle camo, and hunting camo for some of our line. Frog Togs is one of the world's largest distributor of weight wear.
Yes.
Certainly in the United States, probably the largest distributor of weight wear. So we do a lot of different wading products, but, we're really known for our rain gear and our Pilot 2 rain gear in particular, which is our flagship model.
Yes.
Uses some of the most technically advanced waterproof fabrics that you can purchase as a retailer today. But that suit, as good as it was missing something. And Stacie happened to show up at our office here a few months ago with some color samples. And I don't think we were really able to hide our excitement at looking at those. So I think she knew she had a hook in us right there at that meeting.
Yeah. Is that right, Stacie?
I felt quite confident that I had buttered them up pretty good.
Okay, so you went what is it? Arab?
Arab.
Yeah, Arab, Alabama. People say, is there really an Arab, Alabama? Well, sure, that's where Frog Togs is. When you get down to it. And so you walked in, and Stacie, this has got to blow your mind a little bit, because I don't know if you sat down and Lance and looked at things. Well, here's what we need to have with us. And was Frog Togs one of those things that jumped off your list right off?
I'll be honest, it absolutely was. I'm one of those OCD people that has to plan out and have a game plan.
Yeah. And
I had my target list of companies I wanted to go after, and Frog Tog was on the top of that list. And so to land that one and get them on board was just a great thing. But yes, I absolutely had every intention of going after Frog Tog.
So, Will, this is this maybe not hers is a different camo here. So talk about the interest that Frog Togs had in this, and maybe not your traditional dirt camo like thing, because Stacie has really come up something that's really captured the imagination. So talk about how this is going to add to your list of apparel.
Well, Larry, we began with lifestyle colors from Stacie. Her hunting patterns are outstanding. They're exceptional. They're probably overall one of the best camo patterns, most versatile camo patterns that I've ever seen, used in different terrains. But for the product that we were promoting, we needed a lifestyle camo to start with. So Stacie worked really closely with us, and she's developed some colors for us that are, custom, sort of specific to Frog Togs, that we're going to incorporate into some products moving forward. There's going to be some big surprises coming out of Frog Togs for the Prime 1 camo in the next few months.
Okay.
Now you're partnered with some personalities that are going to really help launch both Frog Togs and Prime 1 in the consumer market. It's going. I can't really speak to it right now, but it's going to be a big deal.
When do you think? This will be this will be available to the public? What are you shooting for here?
Well, Larry, we showed the new Pilot 2 Prime 1 Series rain suit at ICAST. That's where it was introduced at the International Consortium of Associated Sport Tackle Manufacturers in Orlando. That's the international fishing show that's held every year. That's the big one. We launched this product there. It was very well received. As a matter of fact, it won the Best of Show Lifestyle Apparel.
There you go. I didn't want Stacie to have to say that, but I want you can say it. So that's.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to steal any thunder.
No. Stacie's been holding. She's been holding it back. You've already done it now. So, congratulations, Stacie.
Hey, that was shared. That was a shared one there.
It was.
We were all proud.
Yeah. But so what are you talking about? You launched it down there. So when will it be available for the consumers though?
Oh, it's going to be spring of 2018. It'll be early spring 2018. We'll start receiving those items into inventory late winter, and that'll start going out on the retail shelves in January and February. So you should see it at your favorite local retailer. If they're a stocking dealer, you should see those available by late February. Probably available to purchase on the Frog Togs website and from vendor websites in early March.
And this, Stacie, this is kind of like what you were envisioning. This reaches, and maybe Will can address this too, this reaches a new niche in your market, I would think.
Well, it's going to be a really good
lifestyle
for not just your hunters and not just your fishermen, but anybody who needs a rain suit that's going to be outside and wants to look cool. And so that, that's kind of what my whole goal was. People think I'm crazy for launching 21 different color options, but I had a bigger picture in mind, and it wasn't just hunting or fishing. I said, I want it to be a lifestyle pattern, a true lifestyle pattern that could go on anything and have multiple applications.
And Will, you guys have been basically a one color like thing, right? Is this really something new for y'all too, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's a huge step for us, Larry. This is we call it a game changer here.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'll give you an example. At ICAST, we're a small company from a small town. You mentioned Arab, Alabama. I'd just like to go off on a tangent and say that Arab, Alabama is the largest city in the state of Alabama for its size.
Okay.
That being said,
population
you go to ICAST and you're competing in these apparel categories with Sims and Columbia and Hook and North Face and Africo.
Yeah.
And these huge names, Fraybill. I mean, you've got all these huge outdoor icon names that you're competing against. And, the Frog Togs brand came away with 2 awards in apparel at ICAST.
Wow.
That means that we had to put the Sims and the Columbias and the Hooks and all those guys in second place to do that.
Wow.
That's no small feat, and it's due in no small part to the appeal that the lifestyle camo from Prime One has. I mean, that the suit itself is a fantastic rain suit.
Yeah, we know that.
But on its own, in standard colors, we would have never had the opportunity to take that award home. It was the Prime One camo that elevated that suit to the point that the people who were voting in those categories said, hey, you know what, that's the coolest thing I've seen at this show.
Well,
and that's something really special.
That is special. Well, folks, we appreciate y'all taking time to be with us on Outdoors with Larry Ray. I can't wait to see it. Will, thank you. Keep the stoplight going down there in Arab, okay? Make sure that population doesn't get too big. And I know Stacie.
Hey, man, that stoplight has never failed. It's on every Friday from 5 p.m. to Sunday at 1 p.m.
All right, buddy. Thank you. And Stacie, have a great time in Texas, and we'll talk to you again probably soon, okay?
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Larry.
All right, let's take a break on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Come back and bring Frank Barton back in the conversation on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry.